Ever dreamed of studying in Bavaria? With those amazing castles and historic cities? Well, guess what? It's way more doable than you might think. We're going to break down the official checklist step by step to help make that dream a reality. I mean, just look at that. Who wouldn't want to study there? Bavaria isn't just beautiful, it's got top-notch universities. So think of this as your personal roadmap. We're going to cover everything, literally from the moment you start looking up courses to your very first week on campus. All right, first things first, you can't just jump in. Every great adventure needs a map, right? So we're calling this first part your Bavarian blueprint. This is all the crucial homework you've got to do before you even think about filling out a single application. Okay, so what are these first steps? Well, it all starts with you. What do you actually want to study? Once you've got that figured out, you'll need to play detective and find the universities that offer it. And here's the super important part. Don't just assume you can apply anywhere. Each university, each program has its own rules. You have to dig into their websites, check the fine print, and make a solid short list of places you actually have a shot at. And here's a pro tip. While you're doing all this research, start gathering your paperwork. I'm talking about all of it. Transcripts, diplomas, certificates. Get a folder, either a real one or on your computer, and put everything in there. Seriously, trust me on this. Having it all ready to go will save you so much stress later. Okay, let's talk about language. This is a big one. You might be thinking, my course is in English, so I'm good, right? Well, not so fast. The advice is crystal clear. Learning German is a really, really good idea. And it's not just about ordering a coffee. Look at this. A B2 level is often the key to getting a job after you finish your studies. So think of it as a huge investment in your future. Okay, so you've done your homework and you've got your documents. Now for the exciting part, actually securing your spot. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of the application process. Now, this part is super important, so listen up. The order of these steps is non-negotiable. 1, you get your admission letter from the university. You can't do anything else until you have this. 2, then you apply for something called an APS certificate. And 3, only then can you start your visa application. Seriously, do not mix these up. The order is everything. So you're probably asking, what on earth is an APS certificate? Good question. APS, or Akademische Prüfstelle, is basically an official body that checks to make sure your school documents are legit. It's a stamp of authenticity that says, yep, these grades are real, and you absolutely, positively must have it for your student visa. No exceptions. All right, we've talked academics, now let's talk money. This is just as important because it's not just about having enough for rent and food, it's an official requirement. You have to prove to the German government that you can financially support yourself. And that brings us to the famous Sperrkonto, or blocked account. So what is it? It's a special kind of bank account just for international students. The idea is simple. You have to put a whole year's worth of living expenses into this account before you can even get your visa. It's your way of proving you've got the funds to make it through the year. So, the big question. How much money are we talking about? Well, as of 2023, the number was 11,208 euros. But, and this is a huge but, that number can change. So please, please, please always check the official government websites for the most up-to-date amount when it's your turn to apply. Don't rely on old info. Okay, finances are sorted. Now things are getting real, right? The dream is taking shape, so let's talk about the final prep for your big move. These are the nitty-gritty logistics that'll make your arrival super smooth. Top of the list, and I can't stress this enough, find a place to live. And start looking early. I mean, like, as soon as you get your acceptance letter. University dorms, private apartments, they go fast, especially in the big cities. This is the one thing you absolutely do not want to leave until the last minute. Next, let's clear up a super common mix-up, health insurance. You might have a great travel insurance plan from back home, and that's fine for the flight over. But, and listen closely, it is not what you need to enroll in a German university. To officially register as a student, you must have German public health insurance, called GKV. It's a deal breaker. And while we're talking insurance, here are 2 others you should seriously consider: personal liability and household insurance. They aren't mandatory, but just imagine for a second. You accidentally break something expensive in your rented apartment. Oof, repairs in Germany can cost a fortune. These policies are your safety net for those oops moments. Visa? Check. Housing? Check. Insurance? Check. It's finally time for the best part, booking that flight.
And here's a little piece of advice. Your journey doesn't end at the airport. Figure out before you leave how you're getting from the airport to your new home with all your bags. A little planning there will save you a ton of stress when you're tired and jet-lagged.
And just like that, you've arrived. You're in Bavaria. Awesome. But hold on, the work isn't quite done. This last part is all about what you need to do in your first few days to get properly settled and make this amazing place your new home. Okay, you might want to take a picture of this. Here's your first week checklist. First, you've got the Anmeldung. That just means you have to go register your address with the city. Super important. Right after that, you apply for your student residence permit. Then you've got university orientation, opening a real German bank account, and finding a local doctor. Knocking this stuff out early will make your whole semester way easier. Once all that paperwork is done, that's when the real fun starts. Now you get to explore, learn how the trains and buses work, go try some food you can't pronounce, be curious about the local customs. I mean, this is why you came all this way, right? Look, I know that was a lot. It seems like a huge checklist, but every single one of these steps is designed to set you up for success. All this planning isn't just bureaucracy. It's what lets you relax and enjoy the experience once you're there, because that's when your real adventure truly begins. So you've done the research, the applications, the packing, all the hard work is behind you. Now there's just one question left to answer. You have the map, so what's your Bavarian story going to be?